Hi guys, Queenmlv, Mary in Las Vegas. It is Tuesday, January 18th, 2K11. Talk to me Tuesday. I had a productive week, and I think some of that is that I was very busy at work, and the more I work, the more quilt therapy I seem to need, and then a couple other things happened that inspired me a little, so I kind of got a lot done. Not a lot of different things, but a lot in a few things, if that makes any sense. First is Project of Doom block of the week. How exciting is this? The first block, posted by Apron, is the crystal ball on a bookshelf. Yes, I made 2 of them, and this was really fun because you may recall I have new software for my embroidery machine, which I had saved up for a long time to get, and then I got it and realized I didn't know how to use it. So I'm learning one step at a time, and one thing that I needed to learn was how to make letters. See where that says Encyclopedia of Toadstools, and then this one says Flesh-Eating Trees of the World, and then this of course is Holidays with Hacks by Professor Lockhart, and I'm excited to learn how to do that for a couple reasons. One is Project of Doom. The other reason is I in the past have been able to put words on things with just the fonts that came with my machine, where you just type in one letter at a time and it quilts it out, or embroiders it out, or downloading already made words, and now I can make my own. And that's where I got into trouble on my coffee throw. Was I downloaded these words I liked, embroidered it, and then discovered a typo, and now I can fix that and then finish the never-ending coffee throw. So that's exciting for that. I got to learn how to do that. The second thing I did was the Twilight block of the month. We now have all the blocks posted, and there were beginner blocks and advanced blocks, and I finished my beginner blocks. I've not yet finished my advanced blocks. I'm a little behind on that. The advanced blocks I'm doing in 10-inch, the beginner blocks I'm doing in 6-inch. And so I took my beginner blocks for a couple weeks now. I've been sketching out how I wanted to do them. I put made them into bigger blocks, and then I was just going to sew those together. It was going to be a very little wall hanging thing. When I put them side by side on my design wall, they didn't look good together next to each other. So I decided I needed to sash them. I put some sashing in it, which made it bigger. And when it got bigger, of course, I thought that the borders were too narrow, so I had to put wider borders, so it got big. I did finish the tops. There are 2 of them. I only have one daughter into Twilight, so one will go on her wall, the other one will go to a charity auction. And I did finish those 2 tops. They just need to be quilted. So one more thing on my favorite stack, my only needs to be quilted stack. And thank you Hard Hat Cat for those designs. Thank you Apron for introducing me to these designs, and Hard Hat Cat. And so I put together a little sequence of a kind of a tour of the Twilight block beginner top, and I'll show that here. Then, as I said, there are the advanced blocks. I hope to get those finished in a week or two and get that top put together. And I don't have layout in mind, but I'm going to look around, and I think maybe when I get them up on my design wall, an idea may come to me. That one's going to be bigger, and it may go on my daughter's bed. So that was very exciting. And I appreciate that finishing just as the Project of Doom is starting, so I don't have a block of the week and a block of the month going on at the same time. Next thing I did was easiest thing in the world. Anyone who's been to Panama or received a gift from Panama knows that, they may not know the name of it, but there's a Panamanian embroidery / crewel design called Mola. And I saw at Embroidery Library they had Mola designs for less than $2. It was like $1.70 or something, and I couldn't pass that up. And so I saw this one Mola design, got it for less than $2. It's a cupcake. I have a daughter who she actually made cupcakes last night for her class, was going to a movie, and she took cupcakes. She loves to make cakes and cupcakes, and this one is, I had to change all the colors. I didn't like their colors. They were kind of crazy, and so I made more neutral type colors. Anyway, I put this onto a blank apron I've had for a while. Pretty exciting. From the download to this, trimmed up and finished, was an hour and 20 minutes. So this doesn't even count as a project. It's just kind of an in-between distraction. So I do have a cute apron to hang in my kitchen. That's exciting. Then the other thing I did on my learning curve, you know, I think some people, I'm reminded of when my mom taught me to quilt. And my first project was a handmade, my mom pieced and quilted by hand, later pieced by machine and still quilted by hand. She taught me how to make cathedral windows by hand. That's how they were done back then. And her friends said, "Oh, you're teaching Mary how to quilt. How cool. Is she starting with pot holders?" And she said, "No, she's starting with a full-size quilt for her bed." And that's how I do things. When I learned to crochet, I didn't make pot holders. I made, my first crochet project was an Afghan. So I think most people with new design software for their embroidery machine would learn how to start in the beginning of the tutorial, making your own designs, or taking designs from clip art and turning them into embroidery. Not me. I have used it to change the size and colors of some things, which I could do on my old free software, but the first thing I did was learn how to letter for my block of Project of Doom and my coffee throw, and then the second thing I learned how to do was to make applique designs. And next I'm going to learn how to make regular embroidery designs, because Patty, I have one to do for you and I have one to do for me, and that's going to be next week. So I did learn how to applique at the same time that Hard Hat Cat has a charity project that's dear to her for flooding victims, and I do want to help with that. And so, and I had never ever done a Quilt As You Go project. It just, I've seen them, they're cute. I never had a need for a Quilt As You Go, but her project is 10-inch Quilt As You Go blocks, which they are going to then put together for these flood victims. And so I learned two things this morning. One was how to create an applique design, and I just, it's 3 colors, and I did it, and it was not difficult. So now I know how to make applique designs. I haven't figured out how to do the crazy ones that I like, that I download, where you applique and then embroider on top of them, but we'll get there. Anyway, I did do an applique design this morning, and this is just the 3 colors that I did, and it is a quilt as you go. And so this one, the design's messed up. This, I don't know why there's red here or here. I'm going to fix that. And then I had tension problems, obviously. And so this is a, this is just a practice piece. And then I'm going to make a good one. And then I'm just going to echo quilt around the flower and call that a quilt block. So that is my first designed by me applique, machine applique. I design, you know, I've always designed my own applique for machine embroidery and machine applique and hand applique, but not machine applique, machine embroidery applique. I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyway, this is a first. And my first quilt as you go. So that's exciting, and I will shoot out a couple of those for the flood victims and get rid of some fabric I have hanging around. So that's what I did this week. It was 74 degrees here yesterday. You gotta love January, and getting a little hot for me. But anyway, I'm trying to get up to the farm, which is snowed in. January's a crazy month. So that's what I've been working on. Next week, of course, I'm going to try to finish my advanced blocks for the Twilight block of the month. I am expecting a new block of the week for Project of Doom, and I'm really excited about that. And got some other things in the works. So trying to finish things, trying to get more on my Just Need to Be Quilted stack, and I did accomplish one of those this week. So we're going to try to get some more of those. I'm going to try to get back on my sunflower. I've got a couple things that I'm not willing to exactly call UFOs yet, but they haven't gone on the UFO stack, but they're still in the, I'm still kind of working on these stacks, and so I need to get working on those before they turn into UFOs, because I'm trying to finish UFOs while trying not to create any UFOs. Anyway, that's me. I hope you have a fabulous week, and I look forward to seeing, I'm